What's up, world? How's everybody doing today, tonight, tomorrow? As I always say, whatever time, realm, dimension you're living in, I hope you're doing great, feeling blessed, no stress. I'm rocking around. Oh, loving the potholes that my tax dollars fix. Y'all, it's been a wild week, okay? It's been... Shit. Hang on. Drop my drink. Okay. Add a couple. Back to it. Look at that. Alright, y'all. So, yeah, it's been a wild week. A lot of stuff's taking place. Everything from the terrorist acts to the usual hoopla with Trump, the usual protesting, the usual behind the scenes bickering between our lovely politicians here in the U.S. But really on this video I want to focus on the things we focused on in the last video. The events, the productions that take place. I know this is kind of off track from my Mandela stuff and other things I talk about, but you know, we're living this life, so we can't ignore these things. We can't ignore this. And the Mandela effect has not disappeared. It's not Mandela itself. It's still here, and I'm still going to be bringing it up and talking about it a lot. But right now, these are things that have just, they're on my mind, and I got to get them off. Got to get them off my chest. You know what I mean? These whole productions, and I understand from a lot of you, I've been getting a lot of comments from people saying, hey man, I know somebody that knows somebody that died. And I understand, and I said that in the last video, that yes, innocent lives are taken in these events, these false flags, but does not mean they're not a production. Just because you don't see the crew behind the camera on a movie doesn't mean they're not there. I just have a hard time believing that all this is what they're saying. I mean, you just go ahead, let's look at the people that have come back from the dead amazingly. Maybe it's the Mandela effect. I don't think so. It's them screwing up. There's a mother out there mad because her daughter's picture has been used in a collage. Her daughter died years ago. There's other people. The man I showed you in the last video, there's a child in there. Also another woman who did an interview who was supposedly dead. These people aren't dead. They're still here. They're still alive. So how many victims are there then? You know, it's the Oz behind the curtain effect. Everybody hears the great and powerful Oz speak. That could be our lovely media, our fake news, you know. Just like our lovely politicians, they all love to lie. They love to come out and give you these great statements that just, they go right into your brain and they stick. No matter what, these people can't forget it. There are still people out there that say, all these weapons of mass destruction. Whoop. Yeah, you're right. Nah, y'all. It's not true. Ain't no weapons of mass destruction. Alright, so this is what floors me. People out there, they can be told that, so this was a false flag. Well, the first day they're going to hear this was a terror act or so odd many people dead, blah, 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 blah. That sticks in their brain. The next day, or a couple of days later, they could come out and say, no, it was a false flag. It was, you know, it gets washed away. They can't believe the news has changed. That first initial effect hits them, and that's what sticks. And that's what they'll regurgitate for the rest of their lives, unfortunately, unless they finally wake up one day. Hopefully they do. People like you, don't give up. Try to help these people if you can. If we could wake everybody up, maybe one day we can change these things and get everybody to stand together like we should. But these events, I understand, and my heart goes out to the lives that are taken in these events, because I know, yes, false flags take innocent lives. It does happen. And I am so sorry from the bottom of my heart to those people that you have to go through these things. But they are still productions. Yes, granted, there are some times where there are these lone wolves, these factions that do things on their own. Yes, there's evil in the world that doesn't have anything to do with governments or New World Orders or Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. Far and few in between, I guess, maybe. I don't know. There's evil all over the world. There always will be evil. It's human nature. It's in us sometimes to be evil. It happens to people, unfortunately. And they like to take it out on others. But this whole event, you know, this is just flooring me because the pieces just don't add up. And now, unfortunately, it's looking like, get ready, we're going to have more unfortunate events taking place. These governments are announcing That more events yet to come. It's like a sequel. We're doing the Fast and Furious thing here. We're going to have sequel upon sequel coming from all this. They're telling hospitals to be ready, be on high alert, be ready for anything to happen at any moment, that it could take place anytime. They're telling them it's almost inevitable that another event will take place. Right now, there are over 5,000 troops on the streets of Manchester and surrounding areas. They say it's not martial law, that the police are still in charge, but it doesn't look that way. Looks like martial law to me. And they do such a good job of putting the public into fear, just telling them that, yes, this event could take place at any day, and they use that fear. But then they act on that fear too, and they do. They put these productions on, they blow something up, they kill some people. See, we've told you the truth. You need us. Give away your liberty, give away your rights. We're here to protect you, we're here to save you. I read it a couple of times, and I always like to read it every once in a while. You should. That and the Communist Manifesto. Yeah, read that if you haven't. That'll blow your mind. But they scare everybody into giving their rights away, and that's what's going on right now, that people don't even realize they're standing in the middle of martial law, but they think that it's for their own good. They fear you into giving these things up. Look at America. Look at 9/11. Look at how this country has changed since 9/11. It's night and day. It's no longer... Those of us who grew up in the earlier days and remember, this country was so different. Things were so much freer and cool. Yes, we had events, but we didn't walk around worrying what's around the next corner if we were going to blow up or be shot. Yes, if you were in a dark alley in a bad neighborhood, yeah, common sense kick in. You could get injured. But now, you go to a concert, go to a mall, go anywhere, you got to worry about some damn bomb exploding. Allah Akbar! It's probably just some white dude dressed up working for the government. I don't know. Or, could be one of these groups that we fund. Yes. And, how do we fund them? Where does this money come from? Where does it go? How do they get away with this? I don't know. The U.S. government right now is missing $1 billion in weapons. I don't think they swept it under the rug, y'all. It's a lot of weapons. This is how these groups get funded. This is how this stuff takes place. These black projects and these things that they have, these unacknowledged things, this is how it happens. They just say, oh, we lost it. Oh, yeah. Just like, back around 9/11, the whole $1 trillion missing, $7 trillion. Lost it. Man, I misplaced it on the nightstand. I don't know where I put it. $7 trillion. No, we fund these groups. We create these groups. We have these groups act out. It's all a big production. It's not just the false flag itself. It's the whole thing. It's the whole saga of this event. It's Gone with the Wind of the world. It's not just a movie. It's an event. It's more than that. And they have done this throughout the world now. They started off in these little countries, these third world countries doing things. They moved on to America. Now they've moved on. They keep going. The domino effect has started. And it's not going to stop. We keep letting them walk right into our houses, take away our rights in the name of safety and liberty. I don't know. It's a scary thought. And everybody out there, I've been getting a lot of comments also from England and surrounding areas that these mock simulations, these terrorist simulations have been taking place a lot, especially within the past couple of weeks, right before the event that just took place in Manchester. If you live in one of those areas, I don't want to be the one to cry wolf or fearmonger or whatever. Maybe take a trip. Get out for the weekend. I've told you before, they like doing these things on the weekend because everybody's in front of the TV. They can sit down, drill it in your heads. Right now, most people, they're not going to be going out in these areas. They're scared. They're going to stay home. They see troops walking the streets. They're not going to go out. They're going to sit at home like prisoners. And that's basically what they are right now. It's unfortunate, but they are prisoners in their own homes with these boogeymen that we've created, these ghosts of terror. All they are is factions. They know the next play. They know. There's no game here. There's no football going on. For some of you, soccer. I call it soccer. I don't call it football. Football's football. Anyways, they know the next play. They've looked in the playbook. There's no sneak attack, sneak play. Everything is set. Everything is ready. These groups run it. The football game that we're watching in this world, it's already pre-planned. Unfortunately, we don't know the plays. And we keep walking into the middle of them. So if you live in these areas, especially like I said, where these things have happened, these simulations, if you see anything out of the ordinary, haul ass. Get the hell out of there. Pack the family up, go camping. Don't go to any big events, concerts. I hate to say this. It sounds like I'm telling you what they're telling you. Don't live your life. Live in fear. Stay in your house. Listen to whatever we tell you. We're here for your safety. These are not the droids you seek. No, I want you to live life. But you know what? Hey, forget all the city stuff. Go out into nature. It's much more beautiful out there. It's safer. Yeah, granted, you might run into a wild animal, but hell, I think your chances are better than dealing with their crap. I worry for everybody, I pray for everybody, and if that's not your thing, if you don't pray, you don't do all that, try to have faith at least. Try to get some kind of spirituality to where you feel for others, empathy. I don't know what the word you want to use. It's scary times, y'all. We can only be here for each other and look out for each other because we all know that they're not looking out for us. We know in their minds we're expendable. We're just pieces in this giant game to set up the end game. The big whammy, the one that changes everything forever. Hopefully not, but it doesn't look that way. This $1 billion, you got to wonder where that went to. You've got the leaders of countries coming out saying that more attacks are coming. Be ready. It's a scary thought, scary days. Be careful, be mindful, keep your eyes open. Don't fall for their tricks. Everybody over there in that area, really my heart goes out to y'all. You shouldn't have to live like this. None of us should. It's a shame. I hope that one day we can get past all this and life turns out normal, but I think without a crash, without a new beginning, it's going to keep repeating itself until it does hit the fan, as we say. And speaking of hit the fan, bug out bags, preparedness, practice, survival. We hit the 1,000 subscribers, I believe. I haven't checked, but I think I hit the 1,000 thanks to you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm trying to work something out with a giveaway. I want to start doing like a 3-item a month giveaway to help people out put together bug out bags. And see what we can do to get people on that track. It doesn't cost much. I've heard people say it took $3,000 to make a bug out bag. I'm sorry, no. You can go around your house and half the shit you need sitting right there in front of you. You don't even realize it. They're not that hard to make. And you should look into it and try to do it. Practice these things and get ready in case. Like I've said before, we don't get insurance and hope to hit a tree. We don't get health insurance and plan on going to the hospital. We get it for the what ifs and the could be's. So just be ready, y'all. I'll give more details on that soon. We'll figure something out. Y'all, everybody over there in these areas, like I said, where these events are taking place, where these mock events have taken place, be careful, keep your eyes open, be mindful. Sorry, I got a truck pulling up behind me. I'm back at the farm, so I got to get out of here. I'm ready to start my weekend. I need a beer, bad. Really need a beer, bad. Like fiending for a beer. Not an alcoholic. Not a drunk. I can afford alcohol, so I'm good. Anywho, everybody, if it's the weekend, have a great weekend. If it's the week, have a great week. Anyways, have a great day. And as always, y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay incredible. See ya.